Welcome back, friends. It's Anders. Today we're gonna make 6 spooky cocktails in 6 minutes. We've got some cocktails with scary names like the Murderer's Cocktail. We've got fire, and I'm even gonna make a vodka drink. So, you know this is spooky. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more sips, tips, and recipes, and let's go make 6 spooky cocktails. To the bar. Number 1, the costume party. I came up with this drink a few years ago when I was doing a cocktail event, and they asked me to create a vodka drink, and they liked lemon drop martinis. This is gonna be a crowd favorite, I promise you. First, we're gonna need to sugar a cocktail glass, pop that in the freezer. In a shaking tin, start with 1 ounce of vodka, add 3/4 of an ounce of white creme de cacao, 1/2 ounce of apricot liqueur, and 1/2 ounce of fresh lemon juice. Add ice and shake, about 15 seconds or so, and double strain into your sugared glass. There we have the costume party. Cheers. This is like a 20th century cocktail dressed up as a lemon drop martini. Cheers. I mean, with the sugar, it has a candy element to it. Bright, really easy to drink. I really like the apricot and chocolate. Of course, you've got the acid from the lemon. The vodka doesn't add a whole lot, so that actually makes the cocktail a little dangerous. It goes down super easy, and it looks good too, if I do say so myself. On to number 2, the Corpse Survivor number 1. I'm sure you've heard of the Corpse Survivor number 2. Maybe you were even expecting it here, but you can't have the Corpse Survivor number 2 without the Corpse Survivor number 1. And we are gonna make it right now. It's a strong sipping cocktail, so I like to make this one a little bit smaller. In a mixing glass, start with 3/4 of an ounce of Calvados, add 3/4 of an ounce of Cognac, and 3/4 of an ounce of sweet vermouth. Add ice and stir, about 30 seconds or so, and strain off into a chilled cocktail glass. Express orange oil across the top, and there we have the Corpse Survivor number 1. Cheers. Move on down. I like the orange on top. The Calvados gives it a little like funkiness. This might be an acquired taste for some people. And I say that because it has this fermented apple flavor that I think is really good. If you are looking for something new, you're sick and tired of the normal cocktails, I highly recommend the Corpse Survivor number 1. Number 3. The Wicked Word. This is another original of mine, based on the last word template, but we do something fun here. We are going to add fire, and we're gonna change this otherwise pretty pink cocktail into one that looks like death. To make this drink, the first thing we're gonna wanna do is take 1 ounce of black sambuca, pour that into a glass, and set that aside. Now, in a shaking tin, add 1 ounce of cognac, 1 ounce of Aperol, and 1 ounce of fresh lemon juice. Add ice and shake, about 15 seconds or so. Double strain into your cocktail glass. Isn't that pretty? Now take that black sambuca and light it on fire. I like to coat the inside of the glass here to help the flame along. We're gonna turn the lights down to hopefully help you see, and then very carefully pour the flaming sambuca into the cocktail. Behold the sorcery of the Wicked Word. Once you pour it in there, I like to give it a stir to make everything just equally ugly, and there we have the Wicked Word. Cheers. Look at this thing. This may look ugly, but it tastes lovely. Cheers. Yeah, see, I like that. I like that a lot. This is for, you know, if you're a kid who liked the black jelly beans, this one's for you. You've got a slight bitterness from the Aperol. Everything comes together real nice. The prominent flavor is that licoricey flavor, which I think is really good. On to number 4. The Murderer's Cocktail. So here we have another stirred, sipping cocktail that tastes a little strange because it also has Calvados in it. In a mixing glass, start with 1 ounce of Calvados. To that, add 1 ounce of Jamaican rum. I like a nice aged Jamaican rum here. And add 1 ounce of Swedish punch. Add 2 dashes of absinthe. If you're using a dasher bottle, 4 dashes. And 1 dash of Angostura bitters. Again, if you're using the dasher bottle, 2 dashes. Add ice and stir, strain off into a cocktail glass, express lemon oil across the top, and garnish with a knife. I'm kidding, garnish with a lemon peel. There we have the Murderer's Cocktail. Cheers. That one's really interesting. The absinthe you kind of get at the end. There's a roundness to it. That Swedish punch gives it a funky flavor that goes really well with the Calvados, and honestly goes really well with the Jamaican rum. So give it a shot. On to number 5. Blackbeard's Ghost. This is a tiki classic, and true to tiki form, it has a long list of ingredients. So we better get started. In a shaking tin, start with 1 ounce of light rum, add 1/2 ounce of a Demerara rum, 1/2 ounce of apricot liqueur, 1/2 ounce of falernum, 1 ounce of fresh orange juice, 1/2 ounce of fresh lemon juice, 1/2 ounce of fresh lime juice. If you only have lemon or lime, just do a full ounce of that. 1/2 ounce of a rich Demerara syrup, and 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. Again, if you're using a dasher bottle, 4 dashes. Now you can either add ice and shake, or if you have a milkshake blender like I do, add some crushed ice and flash blend for about 5 seconds. Open pour into a lowball glass, add more crushed ice if you need to, and garnish however you see fit. There we have the Blackbeard's Ghost. Cheers. Oh yeah, that's really nice. Fruity, but you get the rum. This one's on the list because it is Blackbeard's Ghost. If it was just called the Blackbeard, it probably wouldn't be on the Halloween list. That's just me being completely honest. But it is actually a really tasty cocktail. On to our last one for tonight, the Zombie. This drink could technically count for 2 cocktails, maybe even 3. This one's a beast, truly a monster. In a shaking tin, start with 1.5 ounces of Jamaican rum, 1.5 ounces of a light gold rum, 1 ounce of a 151 Demerara rum, 1/2 ounce of falernum, 1 ounce of grapefruit juice. I would recommend white grapefruit juice if you could find it, but pink will do in a pinch. 3/4 ounce of fresh lime juice, 1/2 ounce of cinnamon syrup, 1/4 ounce of a good grenadine. I'm using the grenadine that I made in collaboration with Portland Syrups. I'll leave a link down below. Otherwise, you could make your own. 1 bar spoon of absinthe and 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. Again, using a dasher, 4 dashes. Flash blend with crushed ice for about 5 seconds or shake with ice for about 15. Open pour into a tiki glass. You're gonna want a large volume glass, so I've got a zombie cup. Garnish with a big mint sprig and anything else you wanna add there. And there we have the Zombie. It might be dangerous to end with this one, but Halloween only comes once a year. Cheers. Yeah, the thing about the Zombie is, you know it's strong, and it's that 151 in there. You feel the burn from that, which is actually a good thing, I think. I really like the cinnamon spice that you get in it, and just a touch of absinthe I think is really good. So there it is. If you enjoyed this lineup, then check out 4 more scary cocktails that we did last year. Then you've got 10. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Don't forget your merch. I will see you next time. Cheers.